That was a big win for us tonight. Our goal every year is to win a USA South Conference championship, and with the group that we lost from last year and some of the early season injuries, it's been a little bit of a challenge for us. But we kept telling our kids, if you continue to work hard and do the right things, that we need to be playing our best basketball at the end of the year. And I think we have been lately. We let one that we felt we were disappointed with the loss last Wednesday at Averett, but our kids bounced back. They worked hard. We had a good weekend on the road. Had good wins at Methodist and NC Wesleyan. And our thing tonight was, we don't control our own destiny right now, but we wanted to put a little bit of pressure on Greensboro, and we felt like if we can get a big win tonight, now there's a little bit of pressure on them because they're one game up with about 5 games to play. So and we've been in that situation. We've been in the situation I think 2 times in the last 3 years where we had a one game lead going into the last weekend, and we got beat by somebody. Methodist beat us 1 year on the road, and NC Wesleyan beat us 1 year on the road. So there's definite pressure there. And we felt like with the loss tonight, that kind of eliminated us from an opportunity to be the number 1 seed in the North, and we wanted to get a win. So really, really proud of the effort tonight. Really, really proud of the way the kids played. Jacole breaking the scoring record is an unbelievable accomplishment, but we always want to do it in the context of trying to win a basketball game, and that's when we took the time out to kind of acknowledge the accomplishment, which it was a great accomplishment. My comment to the team was, hey, let's not let this happen in a loss. Let's make sure this is done in a victory and a big win.
Media timeout, correct? You didn't, or did you take one?
I took a timeout.
Okay.
It's typically I've been places and everybody does it different, and I know. A lot of places will stop a game in that situation, and I just think it's hard to go up to a coach before the game and say, hey, she's about to break the scoring record. If she scores this, can we stop the game? I just don't think that's the right way to do it. So
if she did it, you were going to...
That's how we always recognize a 1,000-point scorer and someone that breaks a record, is to take a timeout after it happens, let the team come over and sit down, and then let the PE, public address announcer, HL, announce it to the team. And I think that was big, but we always want to do it within the context of trying to win. And I think that's one of the things I'm really proud about with Jacole is. She's played on some really good teams, and over the years, we were very balanced scoring teams, and in different situations, and we've talked about this. You've had kids that have won individual awards over the years, but they haven't been on good quality teams, and they had good numbers, but it was because they had to do everything. And Jacole's always been a team player. She's been very unselfish, and she just does whatever it takes to win a basketball game. And when we came into the Knights game, we knew she needed 27. I was thinking she'd probably get it this weekend, to be honest with you. Greensboro, as good as they are defensively, we thought, hopefully she'll have a good game, but she'll probably get it this weekend. And then at halftime, she had 19, and we said, hey, she's got a chance. And but you're still focused on the game and how to win a game, and I think that's what I was proud of. It came within the flow of the game. We didn't have to do anything special to try to get it for her. We didn't have to run any special sets or any special plays. She did it within the flow of the game, and we're proud of that.
When did you think you had a legitimate shot at it? When you found out you had 19 and a half? Or?
I honestly didn't know. I didn't really want to know, and I'm glad nobody told me. And but I didn't even know I had 19. I was just playing, trying to get the win because I know we needed this win. Never thought, if I did, I did.
Well, you obviously were statistically you were better in the second half than you were the. Oh, well, yeah. You were 8 for 9 from the floor in the second half, so statistically you were better in the second half. So you had to either been feeling something pretty good, or you got to where you kind of thought you had a pretty good chance to break it after halftime, then, didn't you?
I honestly didn't think about it. I didn't know, nobody hinted towards it or anything. I really just wanted to go out there and win. It didn't.
Well, then explain shooting 75% from the floor.
I don't know. I guess I was just feeling it, and I just kept playing and trying to do the best I could to help us win.
Ball hit the rim. That's what.
Go ahead.
she's really been shooting it well. Early in the season, I think she knew she had to probably take on a little bit more of a scoring role this year, and I think early in the season maybe she wasn't that she was taking bad shots, but just in trying to help us win, she was taking a lot of tough shots. I think something that we're really proud of now is if you look at the stats, you got Zarkia with 14, you got Kamani with 10, you had Aaron with 7, and I think those other kids are starting to step up, and I think now she's getting everything within the flow of the offense instead of having to try to create it on her own, and I think that's really helped us, I think, and I think we became a much better team in the last 2 or 3 weeks because we're getting balanced scoring, and we're getting
over that period of time though. You've been plus 50 shooting percentage just about every game out, haven't you? Except for
we have, and that's something that we talk about a lot. In the last 8-9 years, after our first year, we didn't shoot it that well our first year, but after our first year, we've always been one of the leaders in the NCAA in Division III in field goal percentage. And early in the year, we were shooting about 40%, and that was not good for us. And I think a lot of it came down to we needed to trust each other, and we needed to share the ball a little bit better, and as a group, and get people shots we wanted in the right spots. And I think we changed what we were doing a little bit offensively, and I think we're starting to get those shots now, and I think we're shooting a much higher percentage because we're taking better shots and quality shots.
Could you envision getting the record then on a 17-foot jump shot from the wing? Is that
No. Honestly, like I told you in the beginning, I honestly didn't.
Well, then when you took that shot, did you know? Have you got to the point in your career as a basketball player that you know it's going in when you take a jump shot?
Well, I honestly don't know. I just shoot it and, hope it go in, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, when the ball left your hand on that particular shot, did you know it was net? Did you know it was bottom?
Well, yeah, how I shot it, not how I felt it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Brian, you had a little bit of trouble with them pressing us, and it seemed as though whenever the ball got into Jacole's hands, you were able to beat that press. How big of was that in breaking their game plan to try to get that ball out of her hands and out of your hands?
Well, we had a few things that we thought were important tonight, and one was we needed to take care of the basketball, and we hadn't been doing that very well lately. I think in the Averett game we had 28 turnovers. We had 26 in the Methodist game. We only had 18 on Sunday, but we had 14 in the second half. So, one of our big goals every night is to have more assists than turnovers, and we have very rarely done that this year. And tonight, against, I think, a team that puts more pressure on you than anybody in the league, we had 17 assists and 14 turnovers. So that was a huge key for us, I think. One of the other things is we felt like we needed to rebound, and if you look at the rebound stats, they still beat us pretty badly on the boards. But I think the fact that we were able to not turn it over as much, because when they turn you over, they score layups. They're just so athletic, and when they turn you over, they score layups against you. And by not turning it over as much tonight, I think that was a big key in us winning tonight.
Hampton's a very versatile player, very quick, seems to do so much. Is it one of the situations where she's going to score her 20 and you just have to stop everyone else?
Well, one of the things that we kind of, in scouting reports, we label players 3 ways. We either call them a driver, a shooter, or an all-around player. And the Hampton kid's what we consider an all-around player. She can shoot the 3, she can get to the basket, and they're always the toughest to guard. And she did a good job, and we were a little disappointed in the way we defended in that last 8 minutes. I don't know if we got tired, if we got the 21-point lead and we lost some intensity on defense, but I felt like we didn't defend as well in that last 10 minutes, and they kind of scored at will on us. And I don't know how many she scored during that stretch, but for the most part, I thought we did what we wanted to do defensively.
I know this is kind of an outdated statistic because our factoids and say I don't play a double round robin anymore, but in the USA South, but y'all haven't been swept by anybody in your conference since 2011, and now you can, they were the only team that had a chance to do it, and you convincingly beat them.
Well, like I said, our focus, I think, the last couple of years, our win-loss record's been, it's been really good. And I think sometimes the expectation is you got to win that many games every year. And one of the things that we talked about with this team is this is a different team. We're a young team. We've had some key injuries. Nothing says we have to win 27 games. Our goal is to win the conference tournament and to get to the NCAA tournament. And, once we lost some games early, I think people, what's wrong? What's wrong with Ferrum? What's wrong with this group? Well, there's nothing wrong with this group. We're young. We've had some injuries, and our job is to get better every day. And when we get to tournament time, we want to be playing our best basketball, and we want to give ourselves a chance to win the tournament. And I feel like we're playing as good a basketball right now as anybody in the league. If and it's going to come down to continuing to get better and to giving ourselves a chance at the end of the year.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Jacole.
Was this just